Hey guys, you're about to listen to our show Records and Rants, a weekly show where Dixon and I discuss or review an album, song, or other music-related subject, and then at the end we let off some steam and rant about a random topic of the week. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like below if you enjoy, and leave a comment if you have an album or topic you want us to discuss in the next episode. New uploads every week. Alright. Hello everyone, welcome to Records and Rants, the only place where we talk about music and rant on topics and give you our God's honest truth and nothing less. And to help me deliver these truths to you is, as always, Dixon. How are you?
Ice, great to be here once again. Glad to be continuing our series.
Yeah, I'm really glad you can make it.
Yeah, on a supposed pirate, but actually sinister billionaire Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, no, I'm glad we're continuing this series because if you weren't here for last week's episode, we talked about Jimmy Buffett and how he's not what you think he is. He's not this island guy. He's not this beach bum. He's a big corporate guy, and he's swindling all of you into thinking that he lives his lifestyle, and you're buying into it. I mean, you're staying at Margaritaville, you're going to the bar, you're drinking down that land shark. And you love it. And you know what? You're probably going to stay at a Margaritaville resort, too. Thinking that Jimmy Buffett's going to be there just hanging out with his guitar, sitting on the beach. Really, he's in a multi-million-dollar mansion in probably like L.A. or something. Who knows?
Yeah. But, it's really unfortunate goings on. But, it's a good thing that we're here to kind of cut through it all and really give you as you said, the God's honest truth.
Yeah, I wrote that down when I was like, what am I gonna say today? What BS could I spew out today for this intro? I always gotta have a tagline. But yeah, I mean, you no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's definitely impressive. Really working on the intros. I like it.
Oh, thank you, and yeah, I mean, I gotta hand it to you. I mean, last week was amazing. You gave such a concentrated breakdown of what Jimmy Buffett really is, and we got quite a bit of views on that. I think we're up closing in on 15.
Fear no more. James Buffett has been exposed, and it's over. His empire comes crashing down starting today.
This is it. Sorry, you ran with it for long enough, okay?
Yep. So how's your fiance life?
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. A little BTS. We were talking about this. It's it hasn't changed. It's just like you just kind of go on. It is nice though because she's surrounded by a lot of really good friends, so they've been bringing us gifts and stuff, and we've been going and taking us out for dinner and like going out and celebrating. It's been really nice.
Wow, so some would say that you're in this purely for the gifts and dinners.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm in it for the gifts. I didn't know the gifts were like a thing.
That's a new thing. I've never heard of that.
Okay, it must be
definitely a new thing.
Must be a millennial thing or something. I don't know.
Must be, because God forbid you stay with one person for a long period of time. Evidently, it's a lot. It's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, no, I know. Apparently, what is it like? It's like a 50% divorce rate now, or something insane like that.
Flip of the coin, I guess that's just how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it's literally a flip of the coin at that point. Yeah. But if you enjoy being with each other, if you genuinely have fun with them, and love your significant other, which I do, then I think everything's okay. I feel like maybe some people get in relationships for different reasons, and they're not really thinking that they like the idea of it. They like, oh, we're gonna be married, we're gonna have this house, I have everything planned out. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna buy 2 dogs immediately when we move into a house.
Yes.
Some
absolutely.
people think that, and they just want to have that that cookie cutter. This is what it is. This is what we got to do. And we're on the fast path to that now. And
that's a shame.
No,
it's really a shame.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of sad to see that. And I think our generation has been swindled kind of into that, because I think we're all comparing ourselves to each other. We're comparing ourselves to these influencers, these like figures, and they all have this picturesque wedding, and you see it on Facebook. Everyone has like this wedding, and like you see all the million pictures, and you
Yep.
think that you want that, and like, oh, I have to have that. Oh, everyone at this age is doing this now, so I have to do that. I think we're kind of like almost I mean, like there's a little bit of, you could be a sociopath or like a crazy person as well. But I think I think coupled with the social media aspect of it, I think a lot of people are just pushed into it. They think it's,
Oh yeah.
oh, I just have to do this. So I didn't
Yeah.
mean to go on a
Yeah.
rant there, but yeah,
No. Yeah. They definitely buy into it quick, and it's definitely the S media has definitely
yeah,
made things a little bit more dicey for
yeah,
everybody.
yeah. Unfortunately, but I mean that's how it is. You gotta recognize it. You gotta overcome it.
Wow. So, truer words had never been spoken.
Really bringing these truths to everyone today. Yeah.
God's honest truths, as you say.
The God's honest truth, and nothing less.
Nothing less. Perfect.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, continuing with the Jimmy Buffett scandal, you actually gave me a list, and I will say this was quite a comprehensive list. There were a lot of songs on here,
It was
and
pretty comprehensive. Kind of
yeah,
covers some different aspects and some different areas, some focus areas.
it really did.
So,
And yeah, there were a lot of songs in here, and I don't know what I was looking for going into this. I was just kind of I just kind of made the list. I made the queue
right.
in Spotify, and then I hit play, and I have a few thoughts. I have a few thoughts on this whole thing.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah. So you gave me a list. I'm just gonna read off some now for the viewers, just to understand what we're getting into now.
Please do.
Yeah. So he went to Paris, Mexico, the James Taylor cover. The weather is here. I wish you were beautiful. Changed in latitude. Southern Cross. Far side of the world. Son of a sailor. Pirate looks at 40. One particular harbor. Off to see the lizard. Trip around the sun, and many more. I probably ran through like, I don't know, maybe like half of them right there. But yeah, you gave me a pretty comprehensive list. Now, when you were making this list, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? Were you like, this is the quintessential Jimmy Buffett, or is it like these are lesser known songs, or like this is what Jimmy Buffett really is? Like, what were you trying to give me, I guess?
Really great question, and I think this kind of the songs I was trying to hit is kind of encapsulates a career of music, but also some of the things that I like, some of the songs that I like. And if you don't, factor in the fact that he's this sinister oligarch billionaire, it's
Yeah.
really some decent songs. However, I wanted to see maybe you notice a progression in terms of where things started and then where things have ended up with some of the different vibes that the songs put out. I think I'd argue that there's a more folk, stripped down guy and his guitar vibe to the early stuff, and then you have higher production, steel drums, horns, that kind of thing as you get into the later stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I remembered at the
Yeah.
beginning, like there were some like some kind of like slower, almost like had like a country twang to it in the beginning,
Yes.
like yeah,
Yes.
you know what I mean. And then
Absolutely.
and then at the end, um, when was Trip Around the Sun? When was that produced? Was that like in
Let's
his
see.
later stages? I'm
Yes.
okay. That was his later stages, because that makes a lot of sense, because that was actually my least favorite one.
No kidding. That's interesting.
Yeah, I felt like
Yeah.
it was really, it felt like appealing to the masses in a way. It just seemed like a very produced song. And what were we gonna say before I continue on? Because I do want to say something about this whole list as a whole.
So this is from the 2004 album License to Chill, and that was released
Oh my goodness,
by
I love it.
Mailboat Records, as you would come to find out that Jimmy Buffett also owns.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's actually a pretty couple good songs on this album that are actually pretty decent. Um, it's kind of a mix. There's some live stuff,
Yeah.
some covers, that kind of thing. Um, but yeah, overall fairly decent and not too hokey, I'd argue, for being a later Buffett thing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah. So as I was listening to this list that you gave me, I
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what I was looking for, but I have to say this. This is like kind of like a glimpse into a comprehensive collection of his songs. It really
Definitely a
does.
glimpse.
Yeah, definitely a glimpse. Some might say,
Yeah.
but I would say that it really Jimmy Buffett really has this kind of he really does have at least in his songs has a chill kind of island vibe, and he tells a lot of these stories through his songs. Like a lot of songs
Right.
are stories, and it's him like whatever he's chilling, he's on a beach or whatever it might be, but they all have like a kind of a chill aspect to him, like a beach bum kind of vibe. And I wrote a little song here, or I'm sorry, a little note here.
Oh wow.
It says if
I thought
these songs.
you were going to bless us with a song.
Oh no, no! I wish maybe in another one. But I said
Oh man.
if these songs tell me anything, it's that Jimmy Buffett does indeed have a chill beach bum vibe. Whether or not he actually lives this life, or just pulled on some inspiration of small life events and or people who are in his life, that remains to be seen. That's what I wrote down. So basically, what I'm saying is, does he live this life, or has he just seen things and he's just like, oh, I'm gonna put that in a song. Like I don't actually live this life. I'm not actually like sailing around the sea. I don't live for the beach. I don't live for like the island life. I know this one guy who likes who was a sailor, and I'm gonna make a song about it, and I'm gonna adapt
Right.
that and make that my personality, because I don't know much about Jimmy Buffett. Like am I wrong on that, or would you say that in his early life he really did live this kind of life?
I think you had. I think anybody that moves to Key West chasing that lifestyle, it's
Mm-hmm.
got to be a part of you. You know, what I mean, I don't think I know he surfs and all this kind of stuff, um, but in reality, I think he's 50-50. I think there's something that he
Yeah.
buys into that he appreciates, but I also think it's like, oh wow, it's really easy to sell records to stressed out 9 to 5 workers if it makes you think you're at the beach all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does, and that's another interesting thing, because as I was listening to this, I'm like, okay, this is his brand. You got you got the steel drums, the horns playing, like really. I'm trying to look for a different word, but I'm gonna say the island vibe. He's got the island
Yes.
vibe,
Yes.
and
Excuse me.
that seems like an untapped like aspect of like this country folk kind of music that he's singing.
Yes, definitely, 100%. That's an astute assessment.
So, yeah, so I'd say he probably did like get into that, and then he found out that he could sell it. I think he probably started out like maybe genuinely I'm a beach bum kind of guy, and then he just like exactly like you said, oh, this is a really easy thing to sell to 9 to 5 people who work every single day and want
Mm-hmm.
to not, and they just want to go on the one single vacation they get a year, and that's all they look
Yes.
forward to. And
Yes.
I'm gonna sell them that life through music, and he just hit it big, and that was it.
And I feel really bad after we're really ganging up on Jimmy Buffett. I feel
I
really
know.
bad now. But it's I don't think it is sinister, but I think it is exploited at a certain point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's certainly that's a perfect
Yeah.
way to describe it. It's
Yeah.
exploitative on the working class. I hate to sound like we're Marxist or something, but it kind of is.
Yeah, no, absolutely, 100%. And that's the problem is you get away with it because you're selling a beach vibe.
Yeah.
Like I said, these poor bastards, they work their whole lives to go to the beach for 1-2 weeks a year. I
Yep.
mean, wouldn't you want to carry that into your daily life?
Yes, 100%. And through his songs, you get to live that vacation life that you get once or twice a year.
Songs, the bed sheets, the t-shirts, the
Yep.
blender, the frozen shrimp, whatever it might be.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you got it covered.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's listening through this playlist, that's the vibe that I got, and I will
What's your
say,
favorite? What's your favorite? Sorry, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. And I was just gonna say that's just the that's what I got. I feel like I really learned as far as a musician is concerned. I feel like I learned Jimmy Buffett's style, and I feel like he had a lot of good There's a lot of good songs in here, and I actually marked them down, the ones that I like. Were you going to ask which one was my
I,
favorite?
I was gonna say which one is your favorite,
Okay.
or do you have a favorite, or is there a list?
Now, okay, I have a list here, and I starred them just and
Oh
I
wow!
added them. I'm just gonna read through the list, and I'm gonna tell you my favorite one.
All right.
Mexico.
Yeah,
Uh,
James Taylor wrote that song, so big surprise.
yeah, I know. I did. I'm like, okay, well, this isn't really by Jimmy Buffett, but anyway. So the weather is here. I wish you were beautiful. That's another one.
Oh, it's classic.
Southern Cross. I absolutely love that song.
Yeah, too bad that's a Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young song that Jimmy Buffett covered.
Oh no, boy! Oh boy! Okay, okay. Well, okay, we're gonna get more into it. Far Side of the World.
Oh, that's a good one too. I like that one.
Pirate Looks at 40, of
Ah,
course.
classic, the ultimate.
One Particular Harbor.
Oh yeah, I love that song too.
Off to See the Lizard.
I love that song. I don't know why it's just really hokey, but I love it.
It is. It
Yeah,
is hokey.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's what came down to it. And I know this is your favorite, and this one was my favorite. Son of a Sailor.
Wow, I'm so glad to hear that.
I I really did like it. I really listened to the lyrics, and it gives you that, like, I don't know, like a lot of these songs give you that, like, they make me want to live on the coast. I've always wanted to live on the coast. I wanted to I want to at least like retire there. I want to live by the beach in some aspect.
You're a coastal boy.
Yeah, and this song and Pirate Looks at 40, both of those
Oh yeah.
really like channel into me. And I love the line from Son of a Sailor right here.
Oh, here we go.
I have to read it. Where it all ends, I can't fathom, my friends. If I knew, I might toss out my anchor. So I
Wow.
cruise along, always searching for songs. Not a lawyer, a thief, or a banker. Wow.
Wow.
And then of course, but a son of a sailor, one step ahead of the jailer.
Oh wow.
I love it.
That's good.
It's fantastic.
That's if you're being like Jimmy Buffett, drunken pirate. Like that's the absolute pinnacle of that genre. Like
Yeah.
that's it. You know, what I mean, it has to be.
Yeah, it is. But and it's one of those
Yeah.
songs that makes me like feel something. I think it's just because I'm so connected. I mean, I our yearly family trip was to the coast, and
Yep.
I love it there. And I've just always wanted to live by the
Hmm.
beach. Ever since then. I certainly wasn't born and raised on the coast or anything, but I know that I would like it out there. So those two songs, the the Sailor and Pirate Looks at 40, those are my top two
Yeah,
favorite
those are
songs
really
of
good.
them. Yeah,
I like one particular harbor on that same plane. I think that's kind of on the same plane. What did you
mhm.
think about Why Don't We Get Drunk?
Oh, well, hold on. I put so okay. As soon as it started, I put this. I wrote down this has more of like a country vibe, and then I immediately wrote down, oh my God, why don't we get drunk and screw? And then I'm like, I know this song. I've heard this so many times
Oh
before.
yeah,
I said,
yeah.
I put quite a lewd song, and then and then I said, okay, do you know of the Big Eight? Have you heard of the Big Eight?
What is that?
Oh, you haven't heard of this. You haven't heard of
No, no,
this.
no, no,
Okay.
no.
So apparently, apparently Buffett has this pretentiously named the Big Eight, and
Oh,
there
okay,
are
yeah,
8 songs that he plays at like all of his live concerts.
gotcha.
But anyway, I said this has to be part of the Big Eight because it's a classic song, and I did enjoy it, just not as much as the other ones that I mentioned. But
Yeah, it's
it's
kind of whatever.
it's a goofy song, you know.
Yeah, it's goofy, definitely. I have heard him play this live. I didn't realize there was a formula that he has, but it's interesting.
Yeah. Let's see right here. Yeah, Come Monday is one of the Big Eight. I think
Is it really
that's what someone said. I think I read it somewhere when I was looking up.
interesting? I didn't realize. I don't think he plays that all the time, but maybe he does. But I remember being at one of the Labor Day weekend shows that he played on Monday, which is the classic line, for the
Mhm.
Labor Day weekend show. That's cool.
Yeah, no, it was pretty interesting. I have a note about that song.
Oh, here
So
we go.
so when I was looking this up, there's people that comment on like the meanings and stuff.
Okay.
But someone wrote a comment about Jimmy Buffett, and I found this very interesting because it completely relates to what we were talking about. Like, is Jimmy Buffett actually like this guy, or is he like a businessman selling you this life? So this guy wrote, the thing that's great about Jimmy Buffett is that he's an everyman. What I mean by this, he's the type of guy who will play a concert and then have drinks with the audience after the show, which he is known to do.
Really?
Then his songs are all relatable because the topics are all something that the majority who listen to them have at one time or another thought about themselves. Come Monday is a perfect example of this. That's what this guy said.
Wow, not to be a Jimmy Buffett related thing, but really missed the boat on that one.
Yeah. See, so yeah, so like we're seeing this in real time. This guy is explaining to us what you described in our last episode, which is that this stuff is just relatable. Like you want to live this, you thought about this, and here it is, and you're just yeah. So it was
absolutely.
I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel. I don't know if it's kind of sad or if it just kind of like it is what it is, and Jimmy Buffett is a genius. But yeah, I thought that was interesting.
No, it definitely is. And definitely, Jimmy Buffett is definitely because I mean he invented this whole thing by himself. I mean that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. No, it definitely is. And I'm putting it past all that, putting it past our slightly negative view of Jimmy Buffett on the business side. I would say his music. I do enjoy his music, and
me too.
I like the chillness of it. I like how you could kind of party to it. Like if you had like a beach cabana and you played all of his songs, like it'd be great. You'd sitting there, drinking your margaritas and your pina coladas, which is one of my favorite drinks. And
I do like the pina colada. That would explain why you're off keto. Because following vacation, hitting those pinas.
Oh, but believe me, there were a lot hit. Believe me.
We forgot to mention he has the Sirius XM radio station, Margaritaville.
Oh my God.
Big surprise. Or Radio Margaritaville.
Oh my!
And
he
had that Broadway. I don't know if it's still on. He had that Broadway musical.
What?
Yeah, Tales from Margaritaville, something like that.
Buffett, give it a rest.
We get it. We get it.
How many friggin' different ways are you going to sell us Margaritaville? One friggin' song that you had.
Evidently, it's still working. I don't know.
Man, that is like. You could probably do like some kind of like study on this. I'm not even joking. Like the the psychology of the working class and Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. I'd love to see something like that. It's
it'd be interesting sociological and psychological experiment. Yeah, yes, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, overall, I really did enjoy this. Dixon, once again, you helped me add some songs to my Spotify list, so I really appreciate it. And I have to say, I know BTS, when we're talking, I always say, I got a lot to say, and like usually that insinuates that I have something bad to say, but I really didn't. Like these songs were all enjoyable.
Good, yeah, that's what I thought too. I kind of like that list. That's like a list if I'm putting on a Buffett mix. Like those are the songs that I would hit, among those other ones. A couple of them I'd leave out of the rotation, but for the most part.
Yeah, like there were some here that I could go without. One question before we move on, and the song LSD.
Wow. What do you think that's about?
Exactly. Is this just a nod to the drug?
Is this just a nod? Oh my God. It definitely is because the lyric is LSD ain't free like you and me.
Yeah.
I think there's some other undertones there related. Because Buffett had, I think, a pretty tumultuous personal life early in his career with women and different things. So I think there's kind of a connotation there. But yes, definitely there's a connection there to the drugs.
I see. There was one line that I really liked that didn't seem to have anything to do with LSD. I really like this. Just because you're poor, why do you declare war? I can't help the way you were born. Wow. What a progressive message.
It's pretty good.
Unbelievable.
That's pretty good.
That. Yeah. I like that.
I like that song too. It's okay. I mean, like I said, I would kind of throw it out of the Saturday night party rotation, but still, you gotta. No,
that was. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on here, like you said. I think what you're going for, I think a lot of my favorites that I have on here I put in the list, but there were some that you could skirt by the wayside. But yeah, I enjoy this Dixon, so I thank you for putting this together for me.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Absolutely wonderful.
So what's next on the docket here?
Wow. So quickly evolving topic, according
Yeah.
to my just recent Google search, which I think is pretty shocking, which I'll get into.
Okay.
So remember 4chan?
Oh, of course I do. Of course I do.
No. Somebody on 4chan claims to have hacked Hunter Biden,
I love
son
this.
of President Joe Biden, hacked his iCloud, his iPhone, his backup, and has like all these gigabytes worth of data,
Oh
and
my
has
god.
released some of them. And what I thought was interesting is that they put this. It was discovered on 4chan. They put it on 4chan, and then 4chan actually moderated it and took some of them off, or took them all off.
Really?
Yeah, can you believe that? Doesn't that sound very unlike 4chan?
That yes, absolutely.
It's more like a Reddit
That's
job.
yeah, that's actually very surprising because usually that like something like that would never happen.
No,
Um
that's what I thought too when I heard
yeah. You
that.
no, like you like I don't think I've ever heard of anything getting taken down off of 4chan.
Yeah, I
So
can't believe it either.
that I don't know, it's almost kind of scary. I feel like there's some government involvement there.
It must be. Well, the Secret Service evidently is involved on this thing.
Oh boy.
What
This
happens
is
when the Secret Service is involved, whatever.
oh
But
yeah.
so one of the videos, one of the, it's amazing to me that I think Joe Biden is a really decent guy. I do. I think he's a decent guy. I think he's wholesome.
Yeah.
I do. I think he's a wholesome guy. I think he's a decent guy. That's just my take on him. I don't believe the stuff that he's like. I think he's affectionate in odd ways, but I don't believe the fact that he's a creep or like. I just don't. I just don't buy into that.
No, I think he's just like a kind of goofy old
Yeah.
guy. I mean, obviously, I think he's losing it, but
Right. Exactly.
I don't think he's nefarious. I'll say that.
Right.
Like the way
Once
that
again,
some
just
people
like
paint him. Yeah.
yes. Right. Just like James Buffett. I don't think he's sinister, but I think he's. It's just a whole other thing going on. Maybe Jimmy Buffett has better intentions, but nonetheless.
Yeah, right,
But that Hunter Biden, who's relatively had you know probably everything handed to him throughout his life.
right.
I know obviously had some family issues and things like that, and some tragedy in his life, of course.
Yeah.
But the guy is just an absolute degenerate, just an absolute piece of trash degenerate.
Yeah.
It is amazing to me.
I know it's kind of shocking with some of it because I've only seen like a few things, but it's kind of shocking, and I don't know if this is like
Yeah.
what do you think that comes from?
I don't, I don't know. And the whole thing is just like, and what's amazing to me is that the laptop from hell that, of course, Trump, big surprise once again, was right about that it
Yeah.
actually does exist.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's a funny point. I just want to bring that up really quick. Like
Yeah.
last year, this was like, oh, it's fake. It didn't happen. Blah blah blah. Like this is just conspiracy. And now we're here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with gigabytes of footage.
yeah,
And best, I was watching a compilation of people basically denying the laptop from hell even existed.
hmm
And the one guy was on CNN and he was saying, "Oh yeah, you're telling me that Hunter Biden, son of Vice President Joe Biden, went to a computer repair shop, in a drunken stupor and dropped off his laptop and forgot to pick it up." And that's exactly what
That
happened.
yeah, that's literally what happened. Isn't that insane?
That is insane. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, did the guy say like, yeah, we'll just here for a year, and after that, like, we just keep them? So,
Yeah, exactly. It's insane. And not to mention the fact that there's all things, kickbacks for the big man, ideally Joe Biden, that he was going to have a contract with a Chinese energy
yeah,
organization $1 million for introductions, all this stuff. But forget all that, because you understand that this is how American politics works. Political families have this thing; they keep their dynasty going. That's just kind of how it goes. That's not too shocking to me, right?
Right.
What's shocking is this absolute degenerate of Hunter Biden in the most disgusting room I've ever seen in my entire life. The
Yeah.
most, I don't know if it was a Philadelphia crack house or a what's that place out in Los Angeles? Um,
Um.
oh shoot, the Skid Row, like a Skid Row
Yeah.
apartment.
Yeah, like a trap house, like.
Yeah, like a trap, like somewhere in the worst possible city, in the worst possible neighborhood, in the worst possible building you could possibly find. Is this apartment or room that Hunter Biden is in?
It's amazing.
It's amazing. And there's just trash everywhere and just garbage. And there he is with this supposed, lady of the evening.
Yep.
Prostitute measuring out crack cocaine on this scale. And it seems like there's an argument back and forth on how much crack they're actually measuring.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. It is just so shocking. And they're going back and forth. And of course, he's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Why
Yeah.
he's recording this and puts the camera on himself, I have no idea why. I have no clue.
The whole the staging of everything is like absolutely bizarre. Why is he turning it on himself? Like it's I don't I don't. I'm kind of at a loss for words, like seeing this, because like you hear about, like, maybe you see something in like a movie or something, but like this is real life. This is like literally Hunter Biden, the son of the president, and he's like you said, he's measuring out this crack cocaine. He's got the cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He's got those friggin' pants on with his shirt off.
Yeah,
like, I don't know. I don't know what are those? Those like
exactly
those khakis he's wearing. Oh man.
And I saw a meme the other day. I think it was today. It's like every time like Hunter Biden is with a hooker or measures crack, it's like a guy with like 15 GoPros on him, because everything is documented. Every act of degeneracy, you'd think he'd be running from it. And no, it is completely documented, available for your downloading pleasure to watch right now. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's incredible. But he was really all about the pictures and stuff. Why he's doing this and having these pictures? He must have been wild, loose, or something. Who knows what he was on?
Seriously,
because the last thing I do when I'm if I would ever, which I never would, if I was doing illicit drugs with women of the night, is pull out a friggin' camera and start recording myself and taking selfies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. Like he must have been high as a kite. He has to be. I don't know. Like, what was that Chappelle show? Cocaine is a hell of a drug. It's got to be. It's got to be something like that.
Yeah, he was absolutely off his rocker. Yeah.
So what I love about this too is this is now. So I mean, we talk about misinformation and disinformation, all these kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
I think this is one of the few things, regardless of what political side you're on, that you could say definitively, okay, here's a video of Hunter Biden measuring crack cocaine. The woman, forget even about the woman.
Yeah.
Whoever she was, maybe it was his cousin. Who the hell knows, right?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Genuine. He is measuring let's just say maybe even a substance. I don't know what kind of substances you're measuring, but drugs. But nonetheless, let's just say for sure, here is video evidence of this, right? So I typed in just a few hours ago, Hunter Biden measuring crack in Google, right?
Yes.
So this is the best thing. It looks like, so this is the warning from Google. It looks like these results are changing quickly. If this topic is new, it can sometimes take time to reliable sources to publish information. Check the source. Are they trusted on this topic? Come back later. Other sources might have more information on this topic in a few hours or days. So what exactly are you trying to clarify here?
What? And you can't even, Dixon, you can't even find these pictures anymore. They are like active. I'm even on DuckDuckGo right now, because that's supposed to be like the quote unquote like the free. You can't even find them on there. These are getting like wiped from the internet. So God knows how much power they have. God knows what kind of deal they're doing with Google and all this stuff. It's kind of scary. And okay. This, it doesn't relate to Biden, whatever, but still,
right. Exactly.
This should be news. We should know about what our politicians' families and
absolutely
their sons and stuff are involved in, especially ones that are involved with foreign countries.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
He was selling Joe Biden's influence. That was pretty obvious. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
fine. Like you said, take that as it is. But like on Saturday Night Live, they parody Donald Trump Jr. as being this, cocaine sniffing, whatever. And here it is actually happening. This is it. He's smoking crack. He's using illicit drugs. Here is why is this not being parodied? This would be hilarious because it's hilarious already because it's so
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's such a degenerate move. It's just unbelievable.
I don't get it. I
And then, did you see the other one? He's walking on a beach. I think he's
I
walking on a beach. I don't think, he has like a jacket on, but no shirt. I don't think he
yeah,
has pants on.
I've seen that one.
He was just an absolute. I don't know if he still is. I don't know, but that he must have was living fast and hard. And how was he
Yeah.
living, just doing his thing without anybody saying, "Oh yeah, that's like Joe Biden's kid," or like without like security
I
or like whatever it might have been. You know what I mean?
I have no idea. I
Yeah,
have no idea. Yeah, how was he getting away with this? Did you see
yeah.
the one where he's pulling the girl's hair? Like,
Yeah,
what's going on here?
yes, girl. I mean, just completely, just the utmost degeneracy.
Yeah, just yeah. If you want to see, this is textbook picture degeneracy. This is like you got into like a wild. Why? But again, why you're recording this and taking pictures? I have no
Yeah,
fucking clue. I have no idea why you would do this.
I can't say that you and I have been at this level. However,
No.
no, when we do and have partied, it was never an inclination like, oh, let's record everything we're doing right now and just like store it away. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any.
I don't get it. I think when you're someone like Hunter Biden, where
Yeah,
you never had any repercussions, you grew up a millionaire, and like you probably just don't think about this stuff. You don't think, oh, this is gonna come back to hurt me. You probably just don't comprehend it. Like
yeah, I think you're right.
what do you sober up and say? Oh my God, I left my laptop with all that heinous shit I was doing to some guy. What?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Maybe I should go friggin' get that back. Like what? I don't get it. I can't get into the headspace.
Yeah, wouldn't you think that? Yes, that would be just something that would hit you like, oh my god, I'm the vice president's son, and I
Yeah.
left my laptop with all this shit on it. Like you said, what was the word
Yeah.
you
The this heinous shit.
Yeah, that's exactly the perfect way to describe it because it really is. It's truly heinous. I mean, it's just disgusting. But it's like it's so ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
so heinous that it's hilarious. It really is. Like it's just unbelievable. It's just really something.
Yeah. I'm kind of at a loss for words at this point, but
Yeah.
I think just the general thing is that like what I think is these pictures should be available. You should be able to see these. You should be able to search them.
Right.
It probably should be in the news. It probably should be a warning to people that like, hey, don't do this.
Right.
And but like it leaves a lot of questions for me. Like you brought up at the beginning, who is this rich that's doing these heinous things and is recording them? It really makes you wonder what
Yeah.
happens in these circles. It really does.
Yeah, it is. And I don't like I said, I don't think it says a whole lot about Joe Biden. I think it's a reflection on
No,
Joe
no.
Biden. But I mean, this stuff is one thing. But yeah, I think it should be covered. I think we should have the access to it. But like once again, it gets into the laptop from hell about how you're literally selling influence, and he has what ten
Yeah.
percent or 20% for the big man.
Yeah, I'll never
This part
never
about this
forget
is
that.
Joe Biden has no idea what day it is, but he's still the big man.
Yeah, he's
It's
the big man.
pretty funny. Like I said, I don't think he's a bad guy. I
Uh,
think he's funny. I don't know, like
yeah,
obviously losing it, and definitely I hope Jill Biden and the DNC pay dearly for this, for propping this poor
yeah,
bastard up.
yeah,
It is what it is. But
yeah.
here
For
we are.
for the love of God, like
Yeah,
just put. I mean, here's the thing. If you're going into the next election cycle for the president, and you're gonna prop up, like if Biden, let's just say Biden steps out, you're gonna put Kamala Harris up there. Like
oh,
there's, oh man, yeah, exactly. There's absolutely no way. And if they replace Biden, I don't even know if you could do this. Can you, if the acting president drops out and they have her running, could they have someone else step in as a prospective president? Could they do like another primary?
like you're saying before the election.
Yeah, like can you do that?
So
Is it,
I could run against. Yeah, I could run against somebody. It's unheard of, but yeah, you could do that.
So like, okay, yeah. So like, let's say some other Democrat wants to go in there. I don't know who they would
Yeah,
pick, but let's say some other Democrat. Oh,
right.
I want to run for president now that Biden's stepping down. Like, can they do that, or would it just be automatically Kamala?
So Kamala, in theory, just like Barack Obama had 2 terms, he stepped down. Now they're looking
Yeah.
for another candidate. I think if Kamala decides to run, yes, but in reality, yes, she could be primaried. Like she, or not primaried.
Okay.
Yeah, she could be. Yeah, she could be primaried in
Okay.
reality. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Um.
gotcha.
I,
I
I
mean,
don't think. I think that was a pretty. I think I understand where the Kamala thing was coming from, but regardless of what she's accomplished, as kind of checking the boxes in terms of gender and race and everything else,
mhm.
sure, impressive nonetheless. However, there's absolutely no qualifications there. She's so dull. Her speeches are. You ever hear a speech? It's like, well,
Yeah.
thank you for coming to this building because this building is important. It's an important building to all of us.
Yeah.
It's just what do you who's writing this for her? Then fire that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dull. It's lackluster.
Yeah.
Like, and I would argue she might even be more unlikable than Hillary. Like, I
Oh,
don't.
100%.
I think they would be absolutely crushed. I don't care. You could run anyone against Kamala. On the Republican ticket, I think they'd win. It doesn't
Yeah.
even. I don't even
She
care who they are.
she lost in California, and that was her own state where she was a senator, so go
Yeah.
figure.
So yeah. So that that really speaks volumes. I don't know. The whole thing's in a mess, and Hunter Biden ain't helping.
Yeah. Bottom line is do not do crack. If you're going to, don't
Yeah.
record
Yeah. For the love of God. For
it.
the love of God. What the hell are you thinking?
Keep one effing thing to yourself instead of just posting it everywhere,
Yeah.
taking videos and everything else.
Oh
God.
my God. Ugh,
It would have been wild
jeez.
to be. It would have been wild to be his Facebook friend, like
Oh
back
my
in that time,
God. Oh my
like
God. Yeah, could you
whatever
imagine?
his alias was on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yo, Hunter, you okay, dude?
Unbelievable.
Uh, yeah,
That's
Hunter
great.
Biden, I hope you're okay. You know?
Yeah, shout out Hunter. I mean, get some
Yeah.
help. Get the help you need. Clean up.
Yeah, man.
Wipe your hard drive. I guess. I don't know.
Don't go to a. I don't even know who goes to a laptop repair. Why is a millionaire repairing their laptop? Just if it's
That's
broken, go
also
buy another.
also
None of this makes sense.
also a really good point. It's also a really good point.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Evidently high as a kite because
Yeah,
that seemed like a good idea at
yeah.
the
Oh man.
time. Well, I think we hit all of our high points here today.
Yeah. No, I think so. I think so. Well, guys, thanks for joining us on this one. I had a lot of fun with this one. This was a good time. So, but yeah, we'll be cooking up some stuff for next week. Maybe we'll do another album. Maybe we'll talk about more music related stuff, or take down another con man like we did with Jimmy Buffett. So
You've been warned.
yeah,
Con men.
you've been warned. We're coming for you. That was a lot of fun. I might maybe I'll pick someone for the next one. But
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's
yeah.
fun.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Immediate lawsuit.
Yeah.
Margaritaville Lawyers
Yeah.
Incorporated.
Yeah, we get a cease and desist.
Yeah. Just edit it. It's just Margaritaville over and
Yeah.
over and over and over again for 30 minutes. I love it.
Well, all right, guys.
Well,
We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for listening, and peace out.
peace.